incredible.
That was a great episode. And above that, it was right at it.
Yeah, right at an hour. That's good.
Roger,
Adrian, I can barely hear you due to the Dads After Dark theme music.
don't worry.
Sorry.
Yes.
Dana, I think we can move into.
Yep.
Perfect.
Okay. We'll give it a minute and then we'll do the actual intro and whatever. Oh my goodness, y'all brought Wahlberg.
I'm ready.
Jelly.
I love this. Roger was a guest because of Brandon and Carrie. This is perfect.
Yep.
Oh yeah, just because of us.
I love it.
Kilgore, can he even hear it? I don't even know what happened.
He said his computer crashed, so he had to log on differently.
Oh,
That guy's got more sad stories. I don't know.
oh my God.
I
There
have
it is.
Here comes mine. Okay, I have to show you guys this. So Lily Van Zant, daughter of Shannon and awesome theater company actress. So she is an artist, and she's the one that's responsible for the mask logo that we have on the theater company logo. Like that's her. And so we tasked her with coming up with our kids camp t-shirt. And I think she was a little hesitant to commit to something. And this is literally 2 hours later. And she sends me this 2020 TTC Kids.
Cool.
Oh, that's freaking
It's
cool.
good. It's so good.
That is fantastic.
I love it.
Carrie.
So pumped.
Adrian, you get to spend your time with all these creative people, you know?
Yeah,
Like,
I feel
that's-
dumb every day.
No, you're very lucky to have that in your life all the time. I get to parachute in a few times a year and spend time with these people, but you do all the time.
I would say, like, especially right now, because we're so limited as far as like what we're doing and how we're doing it. So Carrie and I had this conversation about something totally different, but it applies. Our interactions with people over the past 2 months are so specific and so limited, which is what makes it so fulfilling, because every interaction that you have is so intentional and focused on something real. So like small talk and idle BS is just like a thing of the past and something I just have no patience for anymore, because there's so much great conversation to have.
You know, on the flip side though, with my kids, like, because we're not driving to a million different things, like I'm actually having more of those nothing moments that I think I had as a kid and my parents especially had in like the 1950s as a kid. And those are really nice actually. And so you're right. It's like, it's our adult friends. It's much more scheduled fun. But with our families, it's more, I don't know, improv or it's less scheduled. Let's just say it's great.
Yeah. What's up, Alana?
Hi, Alana.
I also should probably.
Yeah.
Hey.
Alana, Dana has a confession to make.
Wait, what?
You Diva burned her on this episode tonight.
No,
Ah,
you did.
Dana, you did not.
Is that Madeline?
Yes, it is.
Oh, hold on. Oh, God. Okay.
Dana, this was all you, and you have to own up to it.
Wait, I don't even know what you're talking about.
Overslept.
I honestly like.
Yeah, tell me what the fuck you're talking about.
I don't know what you're talking about.
we just got the NC-17 rating.
He
She just
used,
said it once. We're still R.
Oh,
he said the word,
okay, we're still up.
recording.
what happened was he said the word Hyundai as a shorthand for a piece of junk car. And I guess someone pointed out that you drive a Hyundai.
And you also called me a Hyundai that once.
I called you a Hyundai.
You said something about like you are the car you drive. Like, are you a Hyundai? And I said, apparently.
Did you just call Alana a piece of junk?
Wait, I never said Hyundai's a piece of junk. You
Yeah,
did.
That's a sensible car. A sensible
Yeah.
car.
No,
I-
Dana, this was all you. You can't get out of it.
Yeah,
So-
Dana, I've got some shovels in the shed if you need one to get out of this.
Rodney, did you get new glasses?
These aren't necessarily new, but these are ones that I wear rarely because they are heavy as a mofo. So yeah, I don't wear them very often, but I felt like I needed them. You know, give me a Diva.
What's up, John the Third?
John the Third.
Stay tuned to find out if his diploma says John the Third or not.
Oh,
When I saw that on TV or on the live stream, I that was amazing. That kudos, man. That was fantastic.
All right, Roger, how did you feel about your episode tonight?
Fine. It was great to talk with y'all. I mean, there was some of those questions like, what's your art process stuff that I don't know.
Ask you that.
There was some like stuff about roles and stuff like that. And I don't know, what was a hard role? And it's like, I don't know. It's true. You didn't do any of that stuff. It's true. It was fun. I love talking about theater. I love talking with y'all. So, man, it was great. You can have me back anytime to talk more theater stuff.
I miss
So-
Roger.
Yep, you're a great interview.
We mentioned the Diva Dads on the board meeting this past week that you were our next interview, and Adrienne got mad. She says, how do you get to be on this show? And I said, it depends on the current guest because they help us pick the next guest. And she's like, all right, well, Roger should pick me because we were married on stage. And then Cynthia piped up and then I piped up and they were fighting over you.
They weren't fighting with me. They were fighting to be a superstar on your show.
Adrienne pointed out that she should get it because she danced on the table for you.
Yes,
Okay.
she did, didn't she? She said that. That was fabulous.
I got a picture of it too. I'll send it to you.
Hey, Dana, have you played the intro music yet?
No, I should probably do that.
Yeah, play the intro music so that we can get for sure going.
Okay.
Get official.
We got to get this going.
Yay,
Hold-
Tyler and Bran.
Yeah, Tyler and Brand did this, and Roger, I don't know if you've seen the episode. Well, I don't
I'm
know
ready.
if you've seen the live stuff yet, but okay, where are we? Here we go. Everyone.
Fill your glasses up and sit your asses down. Coming to you live from their living rooms to yours. It's time for Dad After Dark.
Yeah, we're live on YouTube live, and I got nothing.
So, Dana, am I allowed to share my screen?
Yeah, share it.
How do I do?
Speaking of Tyler Lewis, hold on. Admit. Okay.
Do I have to be like the host to share my
No, you
screen?
shouldn't. You should be able to just go down to share screen at the bottom.
This is every Zoom meeting I've ever been in over the last 2 months.
We know.
What's the button to do the?
But I don't know where it is. I don't think I can do it, Dana. I think you
All
have
right,
to.
I just made you host. So now you should be absolutely able to do it.
Oh,
Oh.
Hey, Tyler.
Tyler Lewis, what's up, dog?
What's up, Tyler?
Oh my goodness, are you on the floor?
I am.
That's
Why are
not
you on
even.
the floor?
That's not okay for me right
Where's
I
the,
have no reason to be on the floor, honestly.
where's the camera, Tyler?
It's in the ring light.
now.
I can't get it to stand up, man.
Roger, I want it to be known that I think that it's a good business expense for all of us to get ring lights so that we look good in chats.
I have
Okay.
one.
I agree.
I have
Okay.
one. Perfect.
Oh, Rodney.
Okay,
Oh.
so I made this week. I made this week because I was like, what is wrong with me? I don't understand what's wrong with me. So I made this chart about what my mood is during the course of the week.
Oh
And
my
I
God.
wanted to like label it and everything, but so I figured out like number 2 on Friday. The reason why it's so low, you would think I'd come off of this and I'd just be like, dude, awesome episode. That's awesome. No, the problem is on Friday I usually have a pretty hefty hangover. So 2. Then on Saturday is like the worst. Saturday is the worst day. This is the only time in my life where Saturday is like the worst day because I know how many days it is until we do this again. Like, it's just like, not only, I just, it's like I don't have anything to do right now. And Sunday gets a little bit better. I'm still not feeling great about myself. Monday gets a spike because I get to see Alana at the village to pick up food. So I get a spike there, and then that's just like the beginning of the climb for the week. Like Tuesday, Wednesday's going up, and then Thursday I'm just like you can't contain myself. So I just felt like I needed to share that with you guys because I had to chart my feelings, and I wanted to put a trend. The trend line wanted to go this way, which is very good statistically, but that's not what, like, my normal week would be somewhere here right below 6, just a flat line the whole week. Maybe a little spike on Friday. I don't know. So
your greatest joy and your greatest, like, whatever, the opposite of joy? I don't know.
I got a spike because I got to see all of your favorites on your browser.
All of my favorites.
It's my favorite thing to do.
Wait, reshare your screen.
Nice. What was that? Tuesday? You were like, what was that? What was that bookmark? What? I'm like,
That's the first thing I look at anytime someone shares a screen.
So
I get like what you see sometimes.
My bookmark bar. So you got my grades, my email, and Google Classroom.
Robertson.
That's Jennifer Hargis.
Well, she's coming in, and so is Ralph.
Yay!
Ralph's coming.
What? As long as you don't have Jesse walking back half naked.
No, I have to tell you guys, because not everyone knows this. Adrian not accidentally, we were recording a rehearsal the other day for It Should Have Been You, and she put her phone down in her lap while she was in the Chick-fil-A drive-thru. So she leaned over and we saw her boob. And then she leaned the other way and we saw her other boob. And I made a comment. I was like, Adrian, that we had asked people to jump on the rehearsal to sing Happy Birthday to Weston. And she was like, oh, you saw my boobs. Happy birthday, Weston. And then she like totally flashed the camera. And I said, yeah, we're recording this rehearsal.
Wait,
you guys
Adrian,
could not.
Are you in the car right now?
I'm not. I'm actually laying in bed with sleeping children right now, full T.
So we don't get video?
No
That's
video.
the first time we've been in a Zoom chat together and you haven't been in the car.
It's a small miracle.
I love this for you. I love this for you.
How's it going, Jennifer?
Tell the tea, girl.
So, yeah, I have a bit of a thing going on with my sinuses. My doctor assures me that it's
I love
allergy.
this for you, though. I love this for you.
But he says if I become short of breath, please call them back. So, okay. Right? Put your mask on. Yeah, that's me.
I thought about you tonight, Jennifer, because whenever I made my cocktail, I thought about being a Cockney bartender.
Oh.
Then I lost it. I lost it, so I just abandoned my accent. So.
Rodney, I think you should commit to that next week.
All right, I'll do my best.
During, some of you were in, I think maybe all of you were involved in the last show, and Jennifer, you would appreciate this. I got so wrapped up in the Cockney that they asked me to go out during Tech Week in those dress rehearsals and do Cockney, which I owe all to you.
Who asked you?
What?
They did. They.
Several people asked me.
Dana, literally no one said that.
No.
Like, remember that one time when you were on stage?
No.
And
Marcus, Derek, Matt, Mark.
Your imaginary friend.
Like,
these are not real people.
Who would ever do it, Marcus?
Dana.
So I went out and I started doing the Cockney, and
You take instructions from Marcus? That's your problem.
I thought Dobson was gonna shoot me with her eyes. Like, she was so like, and then so I was like, okay, rein it in, and just. But then I couldn't get it, the angry Jew back, and it was just.
You remember that, Dana?
Bless
and
you.
she goes up.
Bless you.
That's what you get, Dana. That's what you get.
I did say that because you listened.
Dana, do you remember that one time on stage something went wrong and you immediately switched into a Cockney accent? During a show. Weird how that happens, right? TBT.
I'm texting Marcus because he needs to join.
Oh, during the show? Oh my
Yeah.
goodness. David Manuel, what's up, my friend?
Hey,
What's up,
good
David?
to see everybody.
Nice
my, cat,
shirt.
my cat says hello as well.
Oh,
Everybody
What's
drink.
the cat's name?
My cat's name is George. No, I have never taken him to the park on Sunday.
David. We literally have a cat named George in this house right now.
George.
Okay, they want to see you, George. Say hi.
Oh, an angel.
Good kid.
Is he making biscuits?
Not yet. That's typically what he will try to do in my lap or on this blanket, or when I'm trying to get to sleep at midnight or something like that, but not right now.
I would die.
Yeah, Roger, there's lots of cats on Dad's After Dark.
Yeah, I mean, I can handle it from afar. It's totally okay.
Are you allergic?
He just hates
No.
them.
This cat.
No, I don't. Actually, I respect cats
You're just afraid of them.
because they hate people as much as I do.
I'll bring Carolyn to the office tomorrow, Roger.
Oh, fantastic. Looking forward to that.
Brandon and Carrie,
Danny.
did y'all get a chance to review the show from last week? Okay, never mind. Moving along.
I hate myself so much. Why would I watch a video of myself? So.
Y'all were
Carrie's like,
amazing.
I love
It was a great show.
Totally adorable. It was a great.
you. Would you?
I thought I was.
Yeah, y'all were amazing.
Out of my voice, so like
Yeah,
I need to watch the beginning of it so I can see Roger's trivia,
that's what I watched. That was amazing.
but I have yet to watch.
Carrie,
But I
let's
love
have a
this
quick
week's Roger
conversation.
Time because
I need you to know, Carrie, that you are like my number one. You can read me the phone book. You can sing me the phone book. You can do whatever you want to me
Tell
as
the
long
tea,
as
girl.
it involves your mouth.
Is it? Oh. Are we here? Woo!
Wow.
Thanks, sister.
Yeah.
Agreed to you as well. You can show me your
That's
boobs
super
anytime.
sweet, but I think I might have to duck out after that.
Thank you.
Zoom boobs. Zoops.
We got Roger to sing a little bit. We didn't do a full performance. That ain't his bag, but we did get him to sing, you guys.
And
Jennifer.
Hello.
Hey, what's up, Riley?
Hey,
Hey,
Riley
Jennifer,
with an E.
the guys
Yeah.
want to know where you filmed your video this week.
It was in.
It will remain a
Undisclosed
mystery.
Was
location.
in, and then your
Can you say
mic
that
cut
again?
out.
oh, Bee Creek Park.
Oh,
Oh yeah.
Gotcha.
Kill you, but you'll have to kill you.
Fun fact, Def Leppard is probably my number 2 all-time favorite band. So when you busted that out this week, oh Lord, I was like, this is amazing. Jennifer Riley.
Good. I'm glad to hear it.
Bee Creek Park was where I used to do a bunch of hood rat stuff whenever I was a kid.
please.
Did you call yourself a hood rat at the time?
No. I've had too many drinks. Nope.
It sounds like you haven't had enough drinks if you don't want to tell us.
I don't think you hydrated enough, Rodney.
Nope.
I'd like to go back to that chart, that graph that Rodney showed, and kind of look at his blood alcohol content during those days as well, and kind of see.
You're not wrong, David Manuel.
Oh,
Not wrong.
You guys want to know how many times I've cried tonight?
Oh.
She has lactose-free ice cream and cookies. For me. And then her mom called earlier and asked if we needed anything for the move. And I was like, I don't know. And then she was like, what about luggage? Do you need luggage? How much luggage do you have? And I said, none. And she said, okay, I'll give you luggage.
Breaks me up every time.
because there's nothing quite like a good set of match luggage.
Yeah, if I had a nickel for every time
Love when people are nice.
I broke down again.
No.
What was
Lana,
that,
do you
Roger?
need more luggage? Do you need more, Lana?
I don't know. I don't think so. I think what's your mom's name?
Jill.
I think Mama Jill is really gonna hook it up.
You need five?
Mama Jill and Chuck just bought a house, so they are purging. And Alana and I are about to move in together, so they're like, tell us what you need. So.
Vodka.
Vodka.
Alcohol. All of it.
Full bar, please.
Right.
Full bar. Complete the bar, please.
Raid the Martin
Did you know
bar.
that they have
please.
Keurigs? They have Keurigs that you just put alcohol in, and then you put the little pods in it, it'll make you drinks for you.
You put a pod in and it makes you alcohol.
Put the lime and the coconut and you shake it
So,
all.
like, instead of water,
Yes.
There goes Rodney's
water,
feature
you
right
have
there.
Yeah, come on. You're taking my segment away. I'm being replaced by a robot.
Why would you need a mixed drink when you can have wine?
You guys, we did the Roger Pine breakdown live, and I won't tell you how it turned out, but the show that we gave him was Dear Evan Hansen.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
I didn't
love it.
I had heard of it. I had heard of the show, which some of the ones that Adrian's given me, I haven't even heard the name of the show. This one I've definitely heard from Facebook of y'all going to it and talking about it.
Roger, you know, like I stated, I've never seen you perform. I can't wait because of the lore that surrounds you. One and two. Last week, when you said, I think there's a baker in it, like I died, like laughing, like it was so perfectly timed, comedic, like. And then when you sang, though, I was like, oh, I've never heard Roger Pine sing until this moment. Well, I take that back. You sang during preview last year.
Oh yeah.
And I was like, oh yeah, 100%. I cannot wait to see Roger.
I'm ready. I'm ready to come back.
Yay.
There's Baker and Cinderella. And when we came back, and Rodney goes, is Cinderella really in the show?
Yeah, see, I'm right there with you, Roger. Like I've even seen the show like twice, and I was like, Cinderella didn't make a big impression on me. I mean, I remember Red Riding Hood and the Wolf and the Baker, and like Cinderella didn't make an impression. And Mandy was like, oh. She did that whole thing where she was like, she was the one that Chris Pine sang to or whatever, and I was like, okay.
So Rodney has a preference for Grimm's fairy tales rather than princess fairy tales.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. Which, by the way, has anybody seen the new Maleficent? We watched it the other night.
No, not yet.
I think when Riley was here the other day, we started it, but we didn't finish it. I don't think. Riley's a bad influence on me.
You just threw her under the bus because of Riverdale? Is that why? I don't know.
So I watched 2 episodes tonight, and I totally called what was happening in season 4, and that's all I'm going to say.
As much as we mocked Riverdale last week's episode, I made a lot of cupcakes, and I took some extra over to Brandon and Carrie's house yesterday.
2 days ago?
2 days ago? I don't know. What is today? Today. And do you know what Brandon was watching?
Riverdale.
Oh, hell yeah. Wait,
I watched one episode of Riverdale because the whole time that show has been airing, I'm like, this is Twin Peaks for people with smooth brains. And then everybody's like, shut up, bro. That's whatever. And then they literally made an
I'm done.
Nina, I'm sorry.
Can't believe it.
They made an episode where they're like, no, like we're gonna call it Lynchian. Like we're calling it David Lynch. And I was like, oh no. So I had to watch it. I had to give it a good watch, you know.
Really, it is like goth glee.
I love it. I don't care. I love it.
I love that you love it.
We love you for it.
It is a show.
That's not true. We accept you, even though you love Riverdale.
I appreciate that, Tommy. That's lovely.
There's this picture, Roger. So I was pulling pictures of you to post on the Diva Dad's Instagram page today. And I have a picture of you and Captain Hook gear from when we did Peter Pan. And there's a side-by-side, hold on, I gotta find it again, of Cher that
Oh yeah.
makes me so happy. Hold on, I have to find this again because it just warms my heart.
Yeah, that wig. It was very Cher-esque.
I can't wait to take a screenshot and make that Roger's headshot on our website.
Oh,
There's
So
Cher.
That one is Cher, yes.
I
I
don't
think
have.
I had better contour on my makeup than she did, frankly.
That's true. More contour.
Can you,
tea.
can you share your screen so that we can? Oh, you're not.
It's on my phone, but yeah, is it Cher or is it Roger Pine?
Why does the like phone screen to computer screen Roger Pine as Captain Hook look kind of like Bill Hader? No, Bill Hader.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bill Hader or Rainn Wilson.
I think
Or-
it's called
or Bruce
overacting,
Campbell.
is what it's called.
No, it's Bill Hader. And right in this moment, you're telling us that this show has everything: orphaned boys, pirates,
Ooh,
Cher.
Orphan Boys.
Must
What are you
step on
selling? What are you selling, Roger Pine?
A one-armed man.
Neverland's Hottest Club. It's TTC.
Neverland's Hottest Club.
This club is called Spicy.
Can I be that segment? I just want to dress as Bill Hader with one of those like t-shirt, they're long sleeve shirts, but they've got the like built-in short sleeve t-shirt.
Every now and then I do that, especially when it's like kind of like when it's too cold, but you're gonna be like just chilly all day. I'll throw on like a t-shirt over a long sleeve shirt, and I always worry that somebody's gonna think I've time traveled from 2008 and is gonna have lots of questions.
Yeah, you shop at Aeropostale.
Every time I wear flannel.
David Manuel, I've seen you on your bike a few times.
Okay, where I'm driving. I don't just have to get to drive to campus and back anymore, so I'm trying to broaden my horizons. So
I feel like I've seen you coming down South College a few times.
okay, well, I've never gone down College itself. I've gone, Cabot and that kind of thing, but I've been around that
That's where
area.
I go.
Okay,
Yes.
okay.
Adrian,
Yeah.
you're going to have
No.
to talk to his lawyer if you start asking any more detailed questions about his whereabouts. Okay.
Would that be you?
No, I
I
have
don't know.
I have no secrets, and this way I have alibis as well. So
He just seems very cagey about his location. He's like, well,
No, I've never been on College Avenue.
no. You haven't seen me. No, didn't happen.
Definitely not last
This College
Thursday.
Avenue to speak of.
And I was never here.
That hockey mask is not mine.
You got to wear masks, right?
I did not have a rolled up rug on my bike. So
Jennifer, how have you been?
well, good, except for the allergy crap. My allergies are trying to kill me, but I've just been hanging out. I have like weekly Zoom things going on. Like every Friday I have a thing, every Saturday I have a thing, every Sunday I have a thing, every Tuesday I have a thing. This might
too
be my
many.
Thursday thing. I don't know.
It's
far
a
too
great
many
Thursday.
things.
Catherine.
Mm.
Yeah, Zoom, man. Whew.
Dude, I just got called out by Z. I said, "Where you at, yo?" She said, "Well, last time I tried to join, you never let me in." Because I was drunk by the time you were trying to get in. Like, you gotta
Who is this?
jump in before.
Haley. What's up, Katerina?
Catherine, what's up?
Hey. Look, Catherine, it's local celebrity Roger Pine. Roger.
Hello.
Yes,
How are
who
you
is a
doing?
part of the local celebrity club. Thank you, Roger Pine.
Yeah.
Jennifer, he did answer your question.
Okay, good.
Diva
So
point,
welcome,
right?
welcome to the club, Roger.
Good. Well, wait till you hear the answer because I had questions. I answered with another question.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
Oh, Catherine, how you doing?
I'm good. I woke up from like a 2.5 hour nap.
Oh,
And
so
made
you're ready to
popcorn.
party.
I planned ahead. Shocking. I
Okay.
planned ahead.
Full disclosure, Riley's not here, who works for me. Roger, you said theater people as being good employees. not to give too much away, I hired someone. Well, I got someone an interview with our company, Riley, who played. What did she play? Sophie. And sorry, Mamma
Your
Mia.
daughter?
Your daughter.
My daughter. My daughter, not your daughter. My daughter.
To at least get her resume in, get her an interview, and she did fantastic. She's works on my team, but for a different soup because they didn't want that, whatever.
Nepotism.
Yes, thank you. Pretty much, exactly. So she's off the next 2 days, so I know she won't be on here. I don't remember what I was about to say. Wow. So this bottle got emptied during the Roger Pine interview. I'll just set that up here. And this one got broke into during the Roger Pine. But I'm watching the participants like a hawk because if Z does join, I don't want to get shit for it. So
Dana, you can just make me the host so that you can just continue drinking.
Rodney was the host now.
I feel like that's safer.
Well, it should have been safer. Oh, shut the front door. We have another person coming in.
We almost got that NC-17 rating.
Then no, it just would have been an R because it's only been said once.
Oh, okay.
We have a Hannah.
I didn't say the.
Hey, Ferguson, what's going on?
Ferguson, we asked your question about the car buying. Is it for you or was it actually for a friend?
It genuinely was. It was for a friend. Her
Well,
name's on it.
So I think one of us
made it up.
to meet your friend.
Who's Kaylee? No, I actually don't know where she is right now. I did text her. I'll show it to you later.
Ferguson, you actually made the show twice. You were name dropped twice.
Yes, you were.
Yeah.
You'll have to tune in to see.
Yep.
That's
Tell
really
your friends. You're internet famous. There's like
Made it on a
200
TV
people that
show.
will see you.
Man, Z is ghosting me
broke
now.
a cork. And so I'm trying to dig it out right now is what I'm doing.
Push it down in.
Yeah, just
the only way.
Push it all the way in.
Biggest garbage disposal.
That's what Brad said.
I really don't want to. I might.
So, Rodney, you were showing your graph earlier. We'll have to circle back to that when we get another person or two because it's brilliant.
Especially the part about me.
I need to say that when I got the red alert on Saturday morning, so it usually at 3 or 4 you'll get the post of the Diva Dads episode.
Usually, we've done 2.
Well, so the goal is
It was a tradition, Adrian.
Traditionally the first episode. And I ran into all kinds of problems. The software crashed at one point, and when you're trying that interview, it was a very long show. It was great. It was just very long, hour and a half. So when you're compressing files and getting everything ready for production, it takes like an hour or two to kind of get everything into an MP4 so you can post it. And like I ran into a problem the first time. The second time the software crashed. The third time, and we're talking about like at the end, like 70-80%, and then it died. And I was so frustrated. I said, I've got to get it out on Friday.
This sounds like a you problem.
It wasn't. And I said, I've got to get it out on Friday because
I just really feel like this is a problem that like was for you.
No. So it was
like I really feel like if I were to try this software,
Madeline,
none of those
you and
problems
I.
happen.
Just mute her. Just mute her.
The cuffs at some point. I love you, Madeline. So we're Britmas was Friday, and so I was like, we did a shout out for Britmas on that day, so I had to get it out. I got it out like 1:45 midnight
Alexa.
on Friday. I barely got it out for Britmas. And then Saturday morning, I wake up with I'm hungover because I drink again because I'm so frustrated.
Yes.
Dobby is like red alert at Dana. There's this people can't get to the stuff, and I'm like,
Give
oh
me a
Lord,
written card.
I've got, we had the Hannah Shadanian shout out for her third pregnancy, and then we had some other things going on, and some people couldn't get to it, so I got a copyright notice for Shadanian stuff. I got I think what was happening was that we had the picture, the what do you call those?
Thumbnail.
The what?
Thumbnail.
Thumbnail, thank you. The thumbnail had us all drinking like whiskey and stuff, and so I think they were like, well, if you have restrictions, we're not going to allow that. If you have that turned on. So I changed it. It seems that everything's fine now. So Saturday, my point in all this, Saturday, I was like at
story.
I was like, I have done screwed up TTC Diva Dads, which according to Madeline would not be a big surprise that I did that. But because I couldn't even start a damn motorcycle. But
Vroom.
So now
I got it all sorted and everything was fine. But yeah, my low point was Saturday. I was like, I don't even know why the hell I'm doing this. Why did I volunteer for this crap? And then
Now I feel terrible that I layered on with telling you spelled my name wrong.
no, you didn't layer on. You just brought it down another notch. So, and I think I'm totally like, I was in such a place on Saturday that I was like, it's posted with errors. Is what I said on my post to all my friends, because I felt like a total DB that I screwed that up for you, Jennifer. I'm so sorry.
Don't worry at all. My last name has been misspelled since the age of 4. I'm very used to it.
Really?
Oh my gosh.
Roger, I have to ask. So in episode 1 of Diva Dads, I kind of interviewed the dads and had a bunch of questions for them. But this also applies to you because we asked about theater widows and like how your wife handles this very time consuming and very interesting and unique hobby that you have.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't have a good answer for it. I'm fortunate that she puts up with it, I mean, it has gotten hard. I do fewer shows now that the kids are older.
Yeah.
Now that they've got their own activities, like when they were toddlers and 4 and 2, it wasn't really a big deal. But now it's like we're driving them this stuff all the time, and that's why I can do one a year almost. I didn't even do one this whole year when I think about it. Did I do one?
I tried.
Yeah, I didn't do one this year. So yeah. I mean that's the thing, And I guess that's why people disappear as the other stuff comes up. Sadly.
Children.
Wait, but weren't you? Did you do Josie?
I did. That's true, but that was a year ago, wasn't it? That was
yeah, but then you're going to be in Should Have Been You.
Technically, yeah, you're going to be in Should Have Been You, so you got it.
Yeah,
you've
so
got
you've got
covered.
you've got this year. You're covered.
Yeah, that's true. Should Have Been You. Although we've had one rehearsal total for Should Have Been You. So
you haven't. We've had it every day. We haven't.
Oh yeah, I have like 4 lines in the show, so maybe that's just the way I need to do it from now on.
It's Dang, I just get to be drunk.
Typecast.
Dana, now that you've actually let Haley Zavadny in this week, we should probably at least say hi to her too. So.
Z.
Yeah, I know. Dana was like, why aren't you here? I'm like, you didn't let me in last week. I waited for 30 minutes and just was like, you know what? Screw you. I'll do my laundry, I guess.
30 minutes.
The host.
You know what, Z? You just moved up a notch on my list because Riley May said she waited 10 minutes before she paneled. So
no, but her waiting is probably the same as when she joined a couple of weeks ago, but didn't talk to us for 45 minutes because she was on a phone call, but forgot to mute herself.
I kept muting.
He muted her and then would occasionally unmute just to see what was going on in her conversation.
Oh yes. I was trying to redeem myself, but I didn't get the opportunity. So
yeah, I love that. I went back and watched some of that. That was the fun stuff happened at the end after we were recording the live show. And yeah, poor Z. She just everyone was quiet too. Like no one was talking. Everyone was listening. It was fabulous.
You guys want to hear a cool story that happened today?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Do tell.
My butterfly came out of its chrysalis.
Do you have video?
And I do have a video. Well, not of him entirely coming out, like right after he came out.
I'm
He
done
came out
with
so fast. But hey, Dana,
Oh,
someone mute him.
you can't. I'm the host.
And Diva point. But anyway, John, Alana, and I went to the park and we set him free, and it was a very emotional moment. But he is officially a boy. His name is Manny, and I tested him for parasites, and he did not have parasites, so he is good
Hold on
to
a
go.
second. How do you sex a butterfly?
If a butterfly has spots on, that doesn't make any sense.
On its
Hold on, let me
penis. If it has spots on its penis, it's a boy.
Oh.
That's just science right there.
You should see a doctor.
Here, look it. Okay. So here's this picture. Okay. Do you see how there's like a spot right? Oh wait.
I
Right
don't
there,
see his penis.
right above my middle.
Zoom in. You gotta zoom in like this.
Magnifying glass.
No, it is a butterfly, so it is tiny.
Okay, right here. Wait, hold on.
Man, that guy's hung like a butterfly.
So right here, do you see how it's like kind of a
As long as
fuzzy
he doesn't
dot?
sting like a bee, yeah.
I'm trying to educate you.
Sorry. We're learning. Go ahead.
There's a fuzzy dot right
Okay.
here. Do you see it?
Yes.
Yeah,
Right there.
say yes. Everybody say yes. Yes.
That's a boy. Females has crisp, clean lines and no dots and no PPs.
I still think that is pretty freaking cool that you got. Was there three of them?
Yeah, no, I have 3 left. I have 2 in chrysalises and 1 as a little baby caterpillar.
Oh.
So in the chat in YouTube, my son jumped in talking about how sketch YouTube is with their copyright crap when I was talking about that earlier.
Yeah.
I want to send a shout out to my son who
Yay.
was selected as section leader for the entire percussion for his high school band. He is going to be a senior next year at Willis High School. And he, recently I've been seeing his Instagram posts. He's doing a 100-day challenge every day, doing a new piece to work on his snare. And really proud of him. Shout out to you, Zane. You're an amazing kid.
Awesome.
Go Zane.
Yep. Now I recall the copyright issues that for some reason, remember when we had always going back to Passion Assassins, and when Alan posted the nice little set change thing that was going on, and then YouTube took it away for some reason.
Why did they take it away? I don't even remember.
I don't know. I never actually figured out why, but they figured it had something, I don't know if it was some copyright or what it was, but I remember YouTube took it down.
I don't remember there being music.
No, it was just like a
why.
speed through.
They took it down when it was, was this a live thing or no? I guess it was a
No.
recording.
He did a GoPro of our set change.
Oh, okay.
Where we changed from the Passion set and broke it down to the Assassin set, which required a whole lot of work, taking down, moving a staircase, taking down walls, dropping the flag. It was really intense. And Alan put a GoPro up during one intermission, and he played it in fast forward on YouTube. There's a video somewhere, but that sucks that they took it down.
Well, maybe
I
he
think
put
we got
music
back
on
up,
it.
but there was some issues with it.
I mean, it's possible since it was sped up, maybe he put music or something in it that it wasn't in the actual show.
So once during
He
preview,
enjoyed the noises off scene change. I mean, set change.
Oh,
He
yeah,
was
that
out-
was
he was
solid.
down
That
taking all this
was
pictures.
that rivaled it at least.
But yeah, Roger, you were about the preview.
oh yeah, remember when we did? So that was live. We live streamed that on Facebook, and we started with a thing from Hello Dolly.
Hello,
Remember
Dolly,
that?
yes.
and somehow live Facebook saw that because we played the Bette Midler thing in the background, and somehow they found it and stopped so that amazes me that they must have an automated thing that just picks it up and they automatically shut it down during the live stream. So you can't win. They must have brought it back because at the end people had seen it. But
yeah, I think we just got cut out for that bit, but then we were eventually allowed to go on.
that's pretty lucky because they could have just shut off the whole thing when you think about it. And no one was manning that booth upstairs. We just left it going. So.
Oh, look at you, Dana.
Yeah, how about that?
Hey.
Well, I was on a Zoom with Sarah Miller and Michelle Campbell Green and Deborah Campbell Green. Oh my God, Dana. And Mary Otto. Oh my gosh, Roger, I forgot to ask a question. Dang it. It's because we talked on the phone and I didn't write it down. I have a question from Mary Otto. She would like to know, hold on one second, I'm going to film this. Mary Otto would like to know, oh my gosh, why am I terrible?
You want me to just film it separate so other people don't have
Only
to watch
as we're
me
being
answer this
recorded or
question?
something.
Mary Otto would like to know how much you miss her.
Oh, I miss Mary a lot, actually. That's a great question. I miss Mary a lot. She was one of the fun ones. And so it's always fun even when she comes back to watch a show because we get to giggle a little bit. She's great.
She's awesome.
Yep.
She's on
But like everyone else, they always leave town, the good ones.
I know.
All that's left are we lame. Yeah. All that's left is us, the dregs.
You're not wrong. She's on the board of her new theater in New Braunfels.
Good.
She's awesome. Ooh.
Guys, I'm signing out. I got a early meeting in the morning.
Dinner time.
No, actually, I'm going to bed tonight, so
Sleep.
I'll be good. All right.
Mike, love you, brother.
Take it easy, brother.
All right.
Take care, Mike.
Take care, Mike.
Couldn't even wait 10 minutes for the end of the live recording, but that's okay.
Mike.
There it is. That's it. That's the Zoom face.
Yep.
Oh my word. Oh.
After the shout out, my son gave a big heart on the YouTube comments, so he's very thankful. I gave him a little shout out there.
Our biggest fan.
Yeah, he's our most devoted YouTube fan.
So I don't want to give away too much from the show, but the picture of the day you can see if you go to theatercompany.com. My son.
It'll be different when they pull it.
It'll change.
Okay. Bye Bye Birdie. My son played in the pit for that at his high school. Went to see him and he was fantastic. So love the fact that he's involved in theater, even with his music. So it's awesome.
Roger, what did you tell Natalie about what you were doing tonight?
She thought I had rehearsal. We kept having this. I was like, I got a theater thing, and she's like, oh, rehearsal, and I was like, no, it's not. It's a podcast thing, and I was like, when is rehearsal? So yeah, she was confused maybe why there was not a lot of singing happening. I think we figured it out. We got there in the end.
So I had to mute myself several times during the show because my dogs were losing their mind. There was a squirrel or something over there. You may have saw Mandy. Like
I saw Mandy.
Yeah, she was walking past. Like I would send her a text message like, the dogs are losing their mind. I have to, like, will you come get them, please? And so, yeah, that's why I was muted during, like, a big chunk of the show. I'm sorry.
I texted him during the show. I was like, dude, you're muted, and I can't unmute you because you muted. Like, he's like, dogs. Fucking dog.
Yeah. Larry King never had to deal with that crap, man. He never had
Oh, he didn't.
squirrels. Amateur.
Yep.
He didn't know how to work like you do, man.
I know.
Roger, I'm curious about something. Of course, I'll see the show probably, but two quick. One, did they ask you on the show what was your favorite show that you've done? And two, did you respond the way I remember you saying a while back? It's like picking your favorite show is like picking your favorite kid.
I answered that for my favorite stage wife, actually.
Okay.
But it's exactly like that. I mean, I did actually land on one that I would go back to, but you ask me next week, I'd probably answer something different. I don't know. I love them all, man. Just like my kids.
I remember you saying that a while back. You mentioned that comment. It's like trying to pick your favorite kid.
And you love them in different ways,
Yeah.
Because they're different. They're different people.
I just want everybody to know that Dana's not here right now.
Yeah, this is not Dana. It's a fake Dana. He sits on the throne of lies.
Thanks, I hate it.
What happened to Dana?
This is his
Dana had
background.
to leave.
Yeah, he went to go to the bathroom. So if you're playing the drinking game, Dana has gone to the bathroom and put on his fake background.
Clever.
I'm gonna set up my picture for a moment so I can get a refill for this. So be right back.
Oh, there he is. There he is. There's Dana.
So funny.
I hate that.
I have to tell you. I have to tell you, Dana. I was talking to Hannah Shadanian on the phone the other day, and I was talking about choreography rehearsals for Tuck because the videos are amazing, and I'm so excited. And I was asking how it was and how she thought everyone was responding, learning via Zoom. And she goes, day one was kind of hard. I think I kind of stressed out some of the guys. She said, Dana at one point just turned off his screen. And I think I broke him.
Dude, she is not like this is not easy choreography. Nope. She's not pulling punches.
Nope.
Like, oh my gosh. Like,
yeah, weird how dancing is hard. Right?
No, dancing is hard. That's true. I'm not a dancer, which
and somehow you're in every fancy dance.
By the way,
Diva point.
Haley Zavadny, Catherine Morgan, and Alana O'Connell are all together learning the dance. Like that's
one time.
One time. And we invited Madeline.
Mute her, Dana, because seriously, like you got like 3 of the best dancers in the company, and they're like all together learning it. No, they should all be in my front yard teaching me. Like,
have I got a story for you? On Monday.
Have we already heard it?
No. Smarty pants.
No.
So I went to pick up my food at the village. I got to see Alana. It was amazing, as you stated, Mr. Bettis. And I get a text from Alana. Like literally, I get home, I put my food in the refrigerator, and Alana's like, "Hey, does your food say whatever?" And I'm like, "Yeah."
I asked if it had a gluten-free sticker on it.
Gluten-free. Yeah. Do I look like I do whatever? And I said, "Yeah, it says gluten-free. You got the wrong one." And I was like, "All right, well, I'm on my way back," because I'm like, "Cool, I get to see Alana again." Well, so and so will just meet you halfway, and I'm like, "No, it's fine. I'll just go. It's not a big deal." And she's like, "Or I could come get it," and I'm like, "Yes, come to my house. This would be awesome. Come to my house."
Do you know what social distancing is? As I have Alana over at my house.
Alana, don't fall for this. This is classic entrapment.
So Alana,
like, don't fall for this.
Come to my house.
Opportunity to leave the cafe unsupervised. I'm absolutely fucking taking it.
Number 2, Alana.
We're now rated R.
So Alana comes over, and we do the food swap, and everything. I got an Alana hug because social distancing. It's in my house. I don't care. And although I am a little, anyways. So
might be too soon for the pandemic jokes.
Alana had like one of the highest new cases today.
I know. Alana says, "Well, so can I come over? I don't want to be alone. And can I come over and?"
I knew you needed help, bro.
And I said, "That would be amazing because I'm terrible. I'm so lost. I'm trying my hardest. Can I get some help?" And then she texts me, and not that come on, folks. I'm getting my doctorate. I'm pretty smart. But if I read a text too fast, if I read,
I'm gonna put that in the point. Like you're getting a point for that.
Alana says, I forgot or would you hate me if I didn't come over? I'm supposed to go over. I already said I'd go over to Madeline's, blah blah, and or rehearse with Madeline. And I read that as like, would it be okay if I stayed over? I don't know what was going through my head, and so I was like, I'd be mad if you didn't come over and bring a bag. Like I'm sure
a bag.
Read it.
Bag of what?
What is happening?
An overnight bag.
What's
Where
happening?
Dana accidentally sexually harasses me.
Where's
Okay,
Starla?
Dana has no
Bring
idea
Starla
what
in.
he was
I'm gonna
doing.
text
Dana
Miss
sent me a
Starla.
"you up" text the other night. All right, Dana is just.
Me
Whoa.
too.
Whoa.
Me
What?
too.
This is why it's called Dads After Dark.
All right,
Dads After Dark.
so Dad's after
Dana
dark.
That's
did
not
it like,
daddies.
are you upset?
We're at 55 minutes. Crap, we're supposed to do this for an hour. So I'm still on the hook. So Alana's response was like, really like, I'm confused. Like, so what? And
I
I'm
was
thinking like,
confused.
okay, with Madeline, and Madeline can spend the night. Okay, that's fine. We got 2 bedrooms or whatever. Like, and then I went back and reread what. Oh my God, I felt like such a moron. And I replied to her and I said, yeah, I got you, and sorry, and I'm not gonna hate you if you don't come over and whatever.
You're doing
So-
amazing, sweetie.
What?
You're doing amazing, sweetie.
Oh my God, how embarrassing.
Roger, it's 10:10. How are you still up?
I still got work to do, Madeline. I'm just getting started. I'm dropping off in 5 minutes.
Well, okay, before you go, Roger. So Roger was a guest this week because Carrie and Brandon nominated him last week. Well, Roger's guest of choice is theater company actor Cameron Mosier, who a lot of you guys don't know, but I was talking to him this week and I texted him and let him know that, hey, remember how I joked about you coming on this show, like in the future? I said, well, coincidentally, Roger nominated you as next week's guest, and I asked him if he was free, and he says, yep, I should be free during that time, but also like I'm not interesting. And I assured him he was, and I also told him, I said, we're in Dads After Dark right now on Zoom with Roger. Do you want to come in and say hi? And he says he's actually in bed. He's also in New York, so he's ahead of us.
Fair.
He says, I'm trying to keep a normal sleep schedule or else I would. And I said, go to sleep, ! Then he sends me all caps, stop yelling at me, I'm in a pandemic.
Nice.
He's adorable.
Honestly,
He's a good guy.
Dobson, like,
Yeah, not interesting. Yeah,
is
right.
for me as quite the young actor period, but within theater company is that I don't know a lot of these folks that have some sort of air about them or lore about them, and I'm really excited about meeting some of these people.
Yeah.
You know, the Roger interview today, if I can call you out a little bit, like I was so stoked for it because I've met him, but I don't know him and know what all he's done, and hearing him sing a couple times, like phenomenal. And I was really excited about being able to do that. So bringing someone that I have no connection with whatsoever, like I'm so excited. This is gonna
But you know, it may be totally a rabbit hole. Like, you know, like you get somebody who's, what'd you say, Roger? Like 7 years ago?
When did he leave, Adrian? After Spamalot, right?
After Spamalot, I think.
Spamalot and Drowsy Chaperone were some of his last.
It was Spamalot, I think,
2012.
because that was the first show I auditioned for, and and I never got to do a show with him, unfortunately.
But see, like, you may be going into like territory, like it may be tough to field questions because people don't know who, you know, I mean, I'm not saying, you know, but I'm just saying, like, we may be going down a crazy rabbit hole.
That's a good point. I mean, if you
I don't think that's going to be the case. And the reason I say that is when we did the TTC cameo, some of the most excitable things that happened when we brought out people from 7 or 10 years ago, you bring up Cameron Mosier's name with a lot of people, and they will talk about his performance in The Drowsy Chaperone or him in Spelling Bee, which was so special. So what you'll get questions from people that we don't hear from very often, which I think is exciting. And also kind of the goal of TTC Dads is to expand the reach of this community that we might not talk to all the time.
Okay.
I'm pumped.
Oh, quick side note there, reminded me of something too. I went back to a podcast I listened to about 6 years ago called Broadway Backstory, which would told some of the background behind a lot of different Broadway shows. And the episode I did listen to today was the 25th annual Putnam County Spelling Bee. So I wish I'd have seen it, but I hit TTC. But I thought about the fact how perfect it was for Roger's guest appearance and first show and all that good stuff.
Well, that, and Roger jokes about how he does shows when I tell him to, but the other thing that he did because I told him to is, so 25th annual Putnam County Spelling Bee, that cast reunited like 5 years ago, and they did a benefit concert because their stage manager from the New York Broadway performance had suffered from breast cancer. And so the original cast reunited to do the show.
One night only.
One night concert. Did the show as a fundraiser for their stage manager and her breast cancer treatment. The girl that played Logan Schwartz and Grubenier was literally 9 months pregnant. Most of them had scripts in hand, but we convinced half the cast to go to New York to see this concert. And Roger came, the entire family.
Yeah, we were at some bar and Adrian's like, you need to go to this thing. And I'm like, okay, Adrian, I'll plan a whole family vacation to New York because you told me to do that. And that's exactly what happened.
We had so much fun. We had dinner.
Great.
Oh my gosh.
Hey, friend.
Hey, Mitchell.
Kate. Hey.
Wait, Kate. Where are your other 2 drinks?
I was going to say. And Adrian, where's your 3 other drinks?
There's 2? There's 2?
I was going to
Adrian,
2 days in a row.
2 days in a row, I got you.
4-drink Dobson and now 3-drink Dobson. We love to see it.
Yeah.
If you don't know her, this is my best friend, Katie Mitchell.
Hello, Katie Mitchell.
What's that?
Welcome to Diva Dads After Dark.
Welcome to Diva Dads After Dark.
I am so humbled to be a part of this.
So we're at the 60-minute mark, which is the 1 hour, which is when we normally stop. However, we just had a new guest, so we'll wait like another 5 minutes or so to get a question or 2 in.
All the way from New York.
All the way from New York.
Yes.
Wow, that's an
Wow,
hour.
it's like what, 11, 12 o'clock?
Yes, it is 11.
Oh,
We were really FaceTiming today.
way too old to be up at 11.
Go all over the planet. Timing's nothing to you.
Not anymore. I haven't left my house.
Well, I know you used to go all over the planet. Time means nothing. So
yeah.
Are you still flying? Like, I know that there are fewer flights, but are you still flying?
Not really. So I'm a flight attendant for anybody that doesn't know. So my life has been completely different since quarantine has started. So here we are. And I pretty much haven't seen anybody but my roommates for like 67 days. Not that I'm counting.
Katie, do you have any questions for Roger Pine since it's his night?
Oh my gosh. Wow. I wasn't prepared. I could have come up with so many things.
Kate is one of my kids' favorite babysitters.
Oh my gosh. Your kids
Because-
are like my favorite kids on the planet.
So like theater company is a great source of babysitters. Like from like 0 to age 7, like that's all they had. And so we had Katie and then her sister Rachel. And so they randomly, we got some non-theater babysitter in once, and the kids were like, she doesn't sing at all. They've never had a babysitter who wasn't just a beautiful singer. So they didn't know how to handle that.
You got to sing to him, Carrie. Now you know.
Well, now they're 11 and they're over it. But back then.
I will never get over voice correcting me. Like I would point something out in a book, like whether it be birds or like dinosaur types or something. And I was like, I think this one's called like a velociraptor. And he'd be like, no, that's a pterodactyl. Like he knew everything.
It sounds
he
about
would
right.
correct me constantly. Little
Like
genius.
father, like son.
Diva burn. Wow.
How was the rest of your day, Katie?
It's fine. Just a normal day. I was watching, okay, I don't know if I can derail our conversation too much, but did anybody watch the Smash reunion? Okay, did anybody watch the TV show Smash?
Yes.
Okay, so if you go to YouTube and Google Smash reunion, I think they did a concert back in 2015 of just the songs from the show, which if anybody doesn't know, it's a show about making a Broadway musical, and a lot of Broadway actors are in it. And I was listening to it, and it was just making my 2012 dreams come true. And they're now making a musical based on the TV show. Anyways, I thought that I could talk about that here, but apparently there's like half and half people. So I'll close it there, but you should look it up.
No, I was looking at like my Spotify's For You page, or like look at the things that we've suggested for you. And one of them was 36 Questions, which is a podcast. And it's got Jesse something with
Tyler
Jonathan Groff in it. And it's so good. It's a podcast. It's a 3-part hour-long podcast about like the 36 questions, which if you don't know a lot about it, it's like 36 questions. A bunch of scientists put that many questions together to figure out if you ask those questions to each other, if you would fall in love. And so it's really cute.
Tomorrow.
I love that. I know. All I
Genuinely, I want to say it was done in like 2012 or something like it was a while ago. And I just found it, and I was like, this is good. Like, I would listen to this, and I'm not a podcast person. So
Dana just yawned.
I did, because I'm drinking.
Can someone mute Dana? I'm just gonna reiterate that one.
I'm sorry, what?
I said, can someone mute you?
No, because I'm the host. I already told you that. Katie Mitchell, I have a question for you.
What's up?
How did you meet one Adrian Dobson, and what was your first impression?
Okay, I'm okay. Wow. I've been waiting my whole life to be asked this question. So I grew up in College Station, and I dated a boy in high school that was a theater kid. And rep. And he was in a show with Adrian, and I remember going, and she was almost like she was playing Ula in The Producers with a blonde wig. And I remember sitting there and being like, God, she's so talented. And then afterwards, I went through the line to meet her, and she was almost like celebrity status, impressive to everyone. And I didn't understand community theater. I wasn't a theater kid. I was an athlete. So like the next year rolls around, and I was graduating high school, and I had started doing choir musicals at Bryan High. So I fell in love with theater, and we both auditioned for the Brazos Valley Players Hairspray musical, where Adrian was the choreographer, and she and I were both cast as nicest kids in town. And so at the time I was like 18, and I just admired her so much. And I remember her making a playlist of all of the songs for us to get ready to, and she kind of worked as like for all the girls in the cast, because a lot of us like didn't know each other. She kind of worked to mend us together and guide us, and was so sweet. And I remember just being like, she's the coolest person in the world. And over the years, I just like slowly clawed my way into her heart until she invited me on a work trip with her to Orlando, and we went to Disney World together. And then at that point, while she was sleeping, because we were in the same room together, I was able to like fully stamp myself in her life. And now we're best friends.
Wait, how did you stamp yourself while she was sleeping? I gotta hear this.
I can never tell my secrets, but I do remember her opening up about something to us. And it's not important, but like her saying something like meaningful. And I remember thinking to myself, oh my gosh, are we like close?
Are we like friends?
Are we friends? Because and I've always told her, like, I feel like I grew up admiring you, and now like it's such a gift to be able to like experience life with you, and like that she could be one of the first people I call anytime I need anything is like one of the greatest gifts of my life. So
oh,
whoa,
Okay, good for
Dobby,
crying.
look at you.
I love you.
He's my tiny dancer.
Trying today.
That's something that I remember talking to Dobson at one point a few weeks ago, probably on the first night that she came into the Whiskey Thursday, which has turned into this. And Hargis, you maybe can relate to this. You've done some directing as well, correct?
Yeah.
We had I said, as a director, kind of hold you up to this kind of place, and she's like, oh, stop it, just shut up, that's gross, but it really is like this kind of, I don't want to say pedestal because I don't want her to get a big diva head about it, but it is this kind of thing. It's you a point. We really respect you, Dobson, and of course for everything that Jennifer's provided for us as well. But as a director, do you feel that sort of that people do that to you and you gotta push it down ever, or do you just accept it? And
I would follow that up by asking if anything kind of, if you noticed any kind of change when you took over as artistic director.
That's a great question.
Oh, I'm so uncomfortable right now.
Well, you're on the spot, and I haven't stopped broadcasting, so you got to answer.
And after dark, everybody.
Yeah. No, the answer is that makes me incredibly uncomfortable. But yeah, everything changed. Oh my gosh, I guess no, Hannah and Catherine and Roger. Wait, no, David, you were in Sweeney Todd.
I was backstage.
You were backstage in Sweeney Todd.
Yes. I was singing, but I was backstage.
Oh, I remember. Yes. I remember. Okay, so y'all were part of the Sweeney experience. Also, Katie was one of the people that when everything happened, she flew down.
I knew that that there was reason to be supportive and be in town, and I was already planning on coming to see the show, and I just happened to be there the weekend that everything happened, and I just extended my stay.
Yeah. The reason why there's a couple of candles upstairs in Randy's office that are there because of that night and her showing up at just the perfect time. But those of you guys that were part of the Sweeney Todd experience understand, I think, how hesitant I was to take the lead and how uncomfortable I was. Even things that I knew were the right thing to do, I was so hesitant to make any type of decision without Randy's stamp of approval. There was a weird set change that he was asking for, and I kept telling him, because we would kind of keep each other updated on the show, and there was something he really wanted, and I was like, okay, I'm gonna try to make this work, and it wasn't working. And then there's one day I was like, can you just trust me to fix this? And he goes, oh yeah, of course. And I was like, okay, then everything's fine, and we'll do it the way I would like to do it. But yeah, there was just a major hesitancy to be in charge. I think Fiddler was a really wonderful experience. As terrified as I was when we started auditions, that show felt really good, felt really, really natural. I'd say Big River is the one that really threw me for a loop, because telling the tea, don't love that show. Loved the people in it and loved the dudes like Zach and Michael Westy, who's now in Tuck. Loved the people in it, and it turned out to be so beautiful. And obviously loved Harold. That's such a great role for him. But that was a tough one for me because it's not a show that I love. And this is a conversation that Roger and I had after Randy died, because when he died, Roger and I had this conversation of, look, you don't have to say yes, but we kind of have to tell him that you're saying yes. And I was like, because I can't say yes. This is crazy. I have a job, I have a career. This is not something that I can do, but I'll do it for a little while. And then that little while turned into 3.5 years later.
That could be a whole other show, Adrian.
Ugh.
Us starting minute by minute, breaking down that day.
Roger, oh God, Roger and I went through a lot in months.
That's a great place to stop for the live stream. We will continue on. If you want to join us, check out Facebook. You can jump on to our Zoom and be a part of the conversation. But for our live stream, that's it. Thank you guys for joining Dads After Dark. We'll see you guys next week. Bye.
Bye.